All right, guys, come on, come on. Hello, 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 hello. How you guys doing today? How you guys doing today? So now I got a poll. I got on the screen. I don't know whether you guys can see that poll. So that poll basically is you. When you get on, the poll is between Obama and President Trump, right? So I want you guys to pick who gets a better deal from the whole Iran process. Who gets the better deal? All right, Trump is going to get a better deal. Obama got the better deal. So I want you guys to click on that poll and tell me who gets the better deal. And it doesn't matter who you pick, all right? It doesn't matter who you pick. It's not about a right or the wrong. It's not about a right or the wrong. It doesn't matter who you pick. I just want to know who would get a better deal from the whole Iran process, all right? So feel free. Come on, guys. Hit that like button for me. Follow me. Hit that like button. I want more people to get on here so we can talk. We got some new update here as to what's going on, what has transpired thus far, and what is transpiring now in the Middle East. Why President Trump consider Obama deal with Iran as the worst deal. So let's kind of touch on that a little bit here, okay? That's what we're gonna do. So I want more people to get on. So the question here, guys, you guys see that poll? It has a poll on there. I want you guys to click on that poll. Someone said yes, no, good job, guys. Click on that poll. No, yes, no, yes, no, yes. You know what though, man? I said, who gets the better deal? You know what? Let me go back and redo that poll. I like how you guys responding here. Let me do that poll. Let me redo that poll again. Can I redo that poll? I'm saying yes. Yes, I said Obama or Trump. And then none. Oh, my fault. I said Obama or... my fault. I'm saying 71%. Some people are saying 4%, 75%, some say 12%. My fault. All right, so should I go back in? Should I redo it again? I want comment. Should I redo the poll? Because I think I lost focus on the poll. It should have been Trump, Obama, and then none. That's what it should have been. Screw up on that. All right, but anyway, so we all know that today is the official peace talk between the U.S. and Iran. So that peace talk is on the way. So it's at 25%. Yeah. So today's that peace talk. Now I'm not going to talk on that peace talk until it climax, until it concludes, right? So I'm not even going to talk about that right now. But I'm going to talk about what will happen if that peace talk does not materialize, if it does not yield what it's supposed to yield what is going to happen. What is President Trump is going to do? What is going to happen to Iran? If that peace talk that lasts till tomorrow, the last day is tomorrow, what happens? That's what I'm going to hear. I'm going to read out here what is going to happen if that peace talk turned out to be the worst. Like some Iran says, no, we're not taking the deal. No, we're not. And President Trump says, if you guys don't take a deal, this is what we're going to do. All right. Now, Trump has pushed the expiration day to Wednesday, which is tomorrow. And he said, and he stated, whatever comes out of the meeting that starts today and goes on tomorrow, if it does not favor him, he will do this. He will blow up the bridges and the power plants in Iran. If that meeting that starts today ends on Wednesday, he says if there is no decision in the best interest of him and the U.S., he will blow up the bridges and the power plants in Iran. If nothing transpires, that is what he's going to do. All right, so right now, that's peace talk is going on now. And we would not get President Trump to say anything until that peace talk is over. Now, will President Trump blow up the bridges and the power plants? That, let me see. There is no peace talk due. Iran will never give up the Strait. All right, Iran will never give up the Strait. Someone says that. Who says that? Beats Scout says there is no peace talk due. Iran will never give up the Strait. All right, and someone said, hi, how you doing? How you doing, Frank Tradrist? Hour 5T. All right, so now if the peace talk, as I stated again, if it does not go the way President Trump intends it to go, he says he's going to blow up the bridges and the power plant. Now, let me give you guys another side of the story here where Iran seems to change their tone. All right? And that part has not been told on social media or it has not been said on the news. But let me give you guys another twist here, right? President Trump says that Iran should take a 20 years pause. A 20 years pause. All right. Hold on. All right. President Trump says that Iran should take a 20 years pause. In Iran, Trump has been giving up the element of surprise since this started, which is why I question the motives. All right. I agree with you, these guys. All right. That kind of makes sense now. So you're basically saying that if President Trump has more proactive on what he says, you believe that things would have been a little bit more better than what it is now? So I'm trying to agree with what you're saying, in the live. You're saying that, so you said Trump have been giving up elements of surprise. When you say element of surprise, are you saying that he will say he's going to blow something up and never blows it up? Is that what you're saying? Because that's my interpretation of element of surprise. But this time around, he says on Wednesday, if the negotiation phase or fail, he will blow every breaches and infrastructures. Well, let me say it right here. Let me see what he says here. He will blow every breaches and power plants in Iran. So, Scope, are you saying that if the meeting ends tomorrow and it does not go the way President Trump intends, you saying that he's not going to do what he says he's going to do? All right. Well, I mean, if you got time to get back on, if you're not off, if you could kind of like respond to me on that, I appreciate it. Okay, all right. Yes. All right. Good. All right. So I guess when you get back on and give me that respond, then I'd appreciate it, Scott. B Scoop. I appreciate you if you could come back on and give me and be more descriptive, be more clear on element of surprise. Hi. How you doing? Iman Bay 8209. So what you guys think? President Trump is going to get a better deal from Iran compared to Obama's. Mexican for Trump. All right. So Gary Genzilla Q85 for Trump. All right. Good. Good job for Trump. I love it. So you guys think that President Trump will get a better deal as compared to Obama's? Let me see the response in the chat. FDJT, what is that? I don't know what an FDJT is. My question here in the live is, will President Trump get a better deal as compared to Obama? All right, because I can read the deal that Obama created in Iran that did not yield. As a matter of fact, the deal that Obama created, that's what got us here today. He's talking too much on the internet. All these should be behind closed doors. All right, all right. I agree with you on that. I agree. So he's talking too much on social, on the internet. All right, okay. But you know what though? B Scoop, that's Trump though, right? Trump always talk what he's going to do. Since the day he got into office, he always been about what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. If you guys don't do this is what I'm going to do. So I guess that's his way of handling stuff. So I agree with you on that. It should be done behind closed doors. Let me see what Scary of Werewolf says. Thank you for wearing the hat in public so people realize you are an idiot. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, thank you. I got a right to express myself and choose who I want and what I like. Thank you. This guy is really, yes. All you guys who talking here, you got work for the FBI on the covers. You got the all police. So I don't give a jack of a police in the chat here. All right. You know what I mean? Police, you guys not doing your job. In New York City alone, police are causing chaos. So let's focus on who gets the better deal. Who gets the better deal? Obama gets the better deal, or President Trump gets a better deal. So now, Obama deal, and this is where things get a little bit out of place here. Obama deal, Obama had a deal set up with what we call the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action. They call it the Joint JCPOA, the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action. Now let me read where Obama screwed up here and President Trump had to shut it down completely, right? Someone said Obama. Okay. So Scott said Obama had a better deal than Obama. The FBI is owned by your orange man. All right. I cannot see. Okay, great. Okay, all right. I cannot see the screen. The screen right there. All right. So I'm only talk to Beat Scoop. The Beat Scoop is making more sense in the chat. Then all you guys who coming in seem to be more not apprehensive or comprehensive to what's going on. I guess you guys did not see that sign that said Trump versus Obama. Anything else you're talking about here don't make sense. It's irrelevant. I'm gonna stick with B Scoop right now. He's saying he's making more sense here than all of y'all in the chat who just coming in and just talking randomly. It tells me how irresponsible you guys are in the chat. You guys can read, and I can see who come in the chat who can read because you guys' name tells me it's not normal. But Beat Scoop seem more normal. All of you guys with 58 with numbers at the end. You guys are not normal. Because normal people don't have numbers at the end of the name. So, you know what I mean? But anyway, so now Scoop, Beat Scoop. Let me read something here. Beat Scoop, if you remember, President Trump created what we call the Joint Comprehensive of Action. We call it JCPOA. Now, they were created to regulate Iran nuclear programs. And as long as they monitor Iran's nuclear program, the economic sanction at the time that was imposed on Iran will be lifted, according to Obama, once Iran follows the JCPOA programs. According to Obama, according to the JCPOA, considered as the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, Iran did follow every program to the core. So that economic sanction was lifted. Let me see what someone said. No one is reading my comment today, right? Normal people do not wear Make America Great hat. Okay, thank you guys. Love it. All right, now, so Obama established what we call the JCPOA program. That's what he created as a way to help Iran, to monitor and regulate Iran, to make sure to follow the procedure if they want an economic sanction uplifted. All right. So in 2008, when the U.S. troops pulled out of Iran, that program got shut down. Now, yet is what was behind that deal that Obama set up. Now, and I'm not trying to judge Obama. I love Obama to death. Don't get me wrong. Now, with the Joint Comprehensive of Action in place, the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action laced with what we consider as UN. So UN tied in with the JCPOA. They were created as a watchdog to go into Iran and monitor their nuclear program. That was the reason why it was created. All right. Now, then after that came in what we call within the UN was what we call the IEAE, and the IEAE is considered as International Atomic Energy Agency. What they do, they are capable enough of telling UN what degree of uranium that is in Iran and how much they can and cannot have. All right, let me see what someone says here. What's wrong with what Obama had in place already? Well, and that's what I'm talking about. What Obama had in place. Obama had a deal with Iran as long as they are willing to be inspected by the JCPOA and UN. Under that UN, it was considered as IEA. Now, what they were supposed to do to monitor Iran for 1 year total, and after that 1 year, if Iran sticks with the program, they will uplift the economic sanction. Now, that's a 1 year. You know what I mean? Who signs a 1 year deal with Iran to just monitor their nuclear plan for 1 year and then that's it? That's what Obama did. Now, also, not even just that, Obama also refused to put a restraint on Iran not to affiliate with Hezbollah in Lebanon. That was not included in the deal that Obama signed with Iran, which means Obama permit and gave Iran the freedom to continuously supply and acknowledge Hezbollah, to cause chaos in the Gulf or in the Middle East. So that was one part of why Obama screwed up in that. Now also that Obama did not regulate the ballistic weapon that Iran was creating because it was not in Obama deal. So it means that in that 8 years that Obama was in power, Iran was able to build ballistic explosive weapon that we see today. So that's what made the deal bad, because the deal should include you are not allowed to create any ballistic weapon or explosive. Now, also again, Obama did not regulate Iran enough, because 1 year regulation, and after that, you just lift up the economic sanction. And not only just that, but you did not regulate their ballistic weapons. You also did not regulate their activities with the Hezbollah, with the involvement in Lebanon, all that. Obama did not include that in the deal. Now, not even just that. Not even just that. Obama turned around and lifted up the economic sanction on Iran after 1 year of regulation. Now, watch this. After 1 year of regulation, how many years did Obama serve in office? 8 years. And you regulate Iran for 1 full year, and that was it, and you uplift the economic sanction. Now, this is why not Obama, right? This is what Trump said, that the deal was considered as what he could. Hold on. Let me switch over here, guys. Let me switch over here. It's a little dark here. Let me switch over here, man. Let me switch over here, guys. Yeah, a little dark over there. Let me switch over here. All right? Okay, my bad. I apologize, guys. Let me switch over here. I like that back view. All right. So now tell me if the deal. Oh, hold on. Let me see. You know what? Let me reset this. Again. All right. I just want to make sure you guys can you guys see me though? Okay. All right, man. I apologize, guys. I just want to make sure I'm situated in the right spot here. All right, All right. Now I'm gonna go back. All right. So let's look at a deal, right? Obama did what he did, and I don't want to discredit Obama. He's a great leader. Don't get me wrong. All right, he's a great leader. He did what he did, and I don't want to critique Obama beyond the max. I don't want to say that he didn't do a great job. I don't want to say that he's not good at what he did. You know what I mean? I want to be fair. I want to handle this from a transparent standpoint. But when he created the JCPOA, the intent was to go into Iran and inspect Iranian's operation. The nuclear plan. That's what their job, right? To go in there. And what he also did, very smart too. He brought in United Nations and the IEAE. Brought them in. These guys are specialized. In being able to evaluate the explosive. And, they will also be able to tell United Nations as to what degree or what quantity of uranium that they got. All right, so that group are also responsible to go into Iran as often. Now, it hasn't been told how often they were into Iran carrying on these inspections. But for what we know, that those inspections were done, according to them, it was done in collaboration with Iran, which means that Iran consented to every inspection that it went through. As a matter of fact, the IAE even stated very well that Iran passed every inspection. Even the JCPOA that Obama created also stated that Iran passed every correction. Now, if that's true, we don't know. But now, why Obama deal was the worst deal? And I'm not saying it because I'm wearing the Trump hat. I'm not saying it because I'm a Trump guy. But Obama did not put certain key component in place. Key component in place, and this is what President Trump is trying to implement. Meaning, in much as we want to monitor your nuclear plan or operation in Iran for 1 year, we want to make sure you don't have any relationship with Hezbollah, or you are not here funding other organization to cause chaos in the Middle East. Obama did not include that in his deal. That was not included, which means that Iran had the liberty to cause chaos. And when I say cause chaos, to fund Hezbollah. All right? If Obama would have stated, in this 1 year, logically, it does not make one sense to just restrict Iran to 1 year of nuclear evaluation, because technically it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense to regulate Iran just on a 1 year monitoring system, and then after that you're just like, you know what, guys, we lift up the economic sanction. And I think that was a mistake on the part of Obama. Maybe he didn't know well. Maybe his strategists or the team of strategists didn't know well, or maybe they just, I don't want to say they were afraid of Iran. Maybe they just felt like, Obama always been a peaceful kind of guy. He always try to find a peaceful deal. Whatever works for both, he takes it. Obama is not the kind of guy like Trump, where he's forceful, demanding, insisting, and keeping pressure. Obama's a different breed of leader, different breed. I'm not saying he's passive, but he's not as aggressive as President Trump. So it would make sense, and I don't doubt it, that Obama signed that deal, because that's the man that he really is. Obama is just not a confrontational kind of guy. So I believe that Iran got a better deal out of Obama because of the way it was structured. Iran was only responsible under the JPOA to only cooperate with the nuclear inspection. That was it. Once United Nations comes, or once IAEA comes in and do that inspection, and I don't know how quite often they came in. Once Iran passed that inspection every month, every month, they were good. They were good in the sense that they were good enough to still cause chaos, to fund Hezbollah, to also build ballistic explosive. I don't know whether you guys realize these ballistic explosives that you guys saying today, taking place in Iran, or taking place in Dubai, or taking place in the Emirates. These ballistic were built during the Obama period, in the Biden period. Iran was not restricted for not building those weapons. They were not restricted. They were given the liberty to build that weapon on Obama's. Let me see what somebody said. Let me check it. Why are you wearing the hat? Look, guys, focus on a real conversation. I'm not going to take the hat off. I'm a Trump guy. I ain't going to take the hat off, guys. I'm a Trump, all day Trump. Other countries agree with the Obama nuclear. Yes. Let me see who does. Moon Baby dash H45. Yes. Let's say other countries follow the lead of the U.S. The U.S. is the world superpower. The U.S. run NATO. The U.S. is the go-to. If the U.S. says NATO should go this way, NATO is going to go this way. Obama was the world leader at the time. So when he says whatever deal that he said with Iran, no other country could oppose that deal. Obama, I don't think his strategists or his team were anywhere close to what President Trump has. So Obama made a mistake, and I believe that, I know in my subconscious, he's looking back right now and saying, damn, I should have do not create any ballistic explosive, or while you are under this sanction or this 1 year probation, do not do this. But Obama did not have that included in that contract that he signed, or that deal that he made with Iran. The only thing that Obama had imposed on Iran, to be honest, is to regulate their uranium and their nuclear plan, and that is not developed enough where they can attack any country. That was all Obama had in place. So tell me, you don't think that was a whack deal? Let me use the word whack deal. I mean, if you're not going to regulate their ballistic weapon, that they have the right to create ballistic weapon, and that's what they did with the drones today. How did Iran get all these drones? They built these drones 8 years on Obama, 4 years on Obama. The ballistic explosive that we seen today across the globe, where do you think they got that from? It was built under Obama and Biden. Come on, guys, come on. I hope you are not looking for a meal ticket from Trump. You know, to be honest, I met Trump once and I'm good. Why did Obama need to meet a deal with Iran? Let me see that. I'm gonna show you guys out. Real Tide Thunder 1323. Why did Obama need to make a deal with Iran if Iran was not going to meet the nuke anyway? Well, no, because well, Iran wanted the economic sanction removed because Iran had an economic sanction at the time, and in order for that economic sanction to be removed, they would have to follow certain guidelines. And the guidelines were drawn by Obama or under what Obama created as the JCPOA. So the JCPOA with the IAEI, not IAEA, which is part of the United Nations, they were to go into Iran as often. Now, I don't know exactly how often they were to go in there, whether it's every month or every other month, but they were to go in there and check the degree of uranium or to what extent Iran is building whatever they were building at the time. All right? Now, the intent here on Obama, they are not supposed to build anything constructive that will be able to attack any other nation. So for that 1 year, and Obama signed that for 1 year. The agreement was for 1 year. In 1 year, as long as you got to follow these guidelines from the JCPOA and United Nations, let me use the word United Nations, after 1 year, based on what report that we get, we will lift the economic extension. And that was a deal made by Obama. Now watch this here, right? So Obama, what he didn't do, and like I said again, I know he probably thinking about that now. What he didn't do, he did not impose on Iran. You cannot create drones, you cannot build ballistic weapons, you cannot support Hezbollah, you cannot do anything in that year. If we find out that you have any interaction outside of these conditions, we will ban or do this. Obama did not have that in place, and that's the reason why, and that's why President Trump is saying that is the worst deal. Because if that deal was in place, the ballistic weapon, I don't know whether you guys are following what's going on in the Middle East. Every ballistic weapon that Iran is sending into Israel, Dubai, into the Emirates, these were weapons that were created under Obama's. Iran were authorized to create those ballistic weapons because it was never underneath Obama contract. That's what makes the deal a bad deal. And also, Obama did not regulate Iran activities. Hezbollah, Iran was still funding Hezbollah after the economic sanction was lifted. Obama did not put no sanction on Iran. When it comes to ballistic weapon, drones, ammunition, war tanks, no. Obama wanted to focus on the uranium aspect of it. And guess what? Iran, all they had to do, be obedient for 1 year, and after that, they can build what the heck they want to build. So once that 1 year was over, Obama lifted the sanction. Look at where Iran is today. Ballistic weapon. They got some of the top ballistic weapon in the Middle East. Drones. They got one of the best drones in the Middle East. Something that Obama did not incorporate in his supposedly restrained on Iran. Let me see. Someone says something in the chat here. So I hope you are not. No, no. Let me see what somebody says. Why did Obama needs to make a deal? Okay, I would have read that part. Let me see it. Do some mind. He got a third grade education. Third grade education. Man, I went to Ivy League school. I went to Ivy League school. And no matter where they had, and no matter where they had, it's not smart. I went to Ivy League school. All right, I get it straight. So you said Iran uranium 3 times now. It is incredible. Well, if you guys don't understand what action is, then I don't know what to help you guys on that one. But yeah, so that's what makes the deal the worst deal. All right, it makes it the worst deal because now, and why wouldn't it be the worst deal? Why wouldn't it be the worst deal? Iran for 12 years, Biden did not have no restraint on Iran. I don't know whether you guys know that. Biden did not have no restraint on Iran. For the 4 years that Biden, and I love Biden to death. I love him, man. That's my guy right there. But Biden did not have nothing in place for Iran. Why? Because Biden served Obama as a VP for 2 terms. Whatever was agreed upon, when Biden came into office, he just let it slide. So technically, Iran had 12 freaking years to build all these ballistic explosives, all these drones. Do you know how many drones Iran has? Come on, man. Iran had 12 years of no regulation, no strain, zero. So the ballistic explosive that leads from Iran straight into Israel. I mean, think about that. 8 years, 12 years, no regulation. President Trump calls that the worst deal ever. Now watch this. If Obama would have put a restraint on Iran, I'm not saying 1 year. Obama had 1 year. Who puts 1 year on Iran? I don't understand who Obama lists. I don't understand who was part of the strategist team of Obama to put 1 year restraint on a country that is so deadly when it comes to military tactics and the restraint and the constraint in the Middle East. You know what? I'm gonna just plead the fifth here right now because it's like, you know what? Obama is a genius, a well-educated man, very educated, but I guess he didn't use that educational aspect of it to protect America, to protect the world on the long haul. And this is why President Trump is trying to make sure the deal lasts for generations. Something Obama would have done if Obama would have just kept at least 5 years or 10 years the max on Iran. No ballistic weapons, no ammunition, no war tank, no Navy sophistication, no Uranus operation at all. If you want me to lift the economic sanction, I bet you we will not be seeing these ballistic weapons being sent into Israel, into other countries. Iran even had a weapon to take down the U.S. warplane. How did they get that? Come on, man. That's what President Trump is saying. That's the worst deal. And I would agree with President Trump as the worst deal because look at where we are now. Look at where we are now as a country. Look at where we are. Look at where we are. Are you guys seeing where we are now? The strait is closed. Never in history has Iran ever had the potential to be that powerful enough to shut down the strait. Never has it ever been. Never has it ever been. But they are able to shut down the strait. Not only shut down the strait, but tell us, the U.S., they are not going to cave in to any negotiation. What that tells you, Iran has enough weapons, enough explosive, that we don't know, and where they are underground. Let me read what somebody said right here. Let me read something here. You look like a can man with that racist hat on. The hat did not say racist on it. It said "Make America Great." And if you hit this hat, you're not real American. You're not real American. But anyway, so yeah, so that's what we are. That's what make the deal the worst deal. And when President Trump came to office, let me just read something here. When he came to office, because I'm going off of what I already have told y'all earlier on. When President Trump came into office, he canceled the deal. Cancel it. All right? He called the deal the most worthless deal ever in history. Cancel it. In 2017, President Obama called the JCPOA the worst deal ever negotiated by the U.S. president. The worst deal. That's how Trump calls. It's right here. I just wrote that down. Right here. The worst deal. All right? Now, President Trump is creating a deal that I believe that if Iran takes that deal, they would never be able to create another explosive. They would never be able to create anything this close to what they got. And that's the major reason why Iran is not willing to take a deal. Because it means that what President Trump already stipulated, and let me read President Trump's stipulations. And you guys tell me in the chat if Iran is willing to meet those stipulations. And guys, make sure you follow me. Make sure you follow me. Hit that like button and follow me here. Let me read some of President Trump's stipulations. And I think, to be honest, I don't think Iran will ever cave in to those stipulations. Because I wouldn't do them. To be honest, I wouldn't do them. And I believe that if those stipulations goes through, it will be the best than the deal Obama had with Iran. And that's the reason why Iran have not consented to that deal, because it is not a deal, it's not an easy deal to just accept. And whoever constructed that deal, genius. All right, I won't take that deal, to be honest. And let me read something. Let me read it here. Hopefully I can find this deal. I got a whole bunch of stuff here already, and I can't even find this. Yeah, I'm a journalist for real, guys. I got my whole notepad full. So it makes sense why the first meeting they had, Iran refused to cave in to President Trump demands, because that right there will automatically deplete Iran functionality, just the whole entire systems. If they ever were to take President Trump deal, Iran would be just literally another ordinary country, just sitting there in the Middle East. But they're not going to take that deal, and I doubt it if tomorrow they will take that deal. But I got a good news for y'all, though, and I'm gonna share that later on this live here. Why I believe that they would take that deal on a compromise. I can't find it. Are you killing me? Ah, boy. Can't find it. I just spoke on that yesterday. I don't want to summarize in my head. You know what? If I can find it, I'm going to just summarize it in my head. It's crazy. All right. You know what, guys? I can find it, but you know what? I'm gonna just summarize it in my head. I apologize if I couldn't find it. See, Lefty, Obama is going to have a lot speaking to do. He will. He will. Obama definitely going to have a lot of speaking to do because, the matter of fact, do you know why he's not talking on what's going on? Because he knows that most of that is his fault. That's why he's not talking on that. He knows that. He knows that he made a mistake, and I'm not gonna judge the man on that. You know what I mean? Account this man. You know, hold on, guys. You know, I'm not gonna beat Obama down and beat him down. But have you heard Obama even talking about what's going on in the Middle East? Nah, he's not talking on that, and that's smooth. That's really smart on his part, because right now, if he does say something, it would affect this coming election, and he doesn't want to talk on that. That's why he's not saying nothing, because he knows that he did messed up. He did messed up, and I don't understand whether he got any commission from Iran or any benefit for which he took that deal. And I'm not saying that he did. I'm not saying that. But no president who cares about this country enough, and I'm not saying Obama does not care about America, he does, will sign a deal that today, what we're seeing today is the result of a bad deal. It's the result of a bad deal. So Obama knows that he screwed up. He knows he screwed up. And President Trump, a businessman, not only just a businessman, but a man who understands America first, he is not going to sign a deal that will be as whack, as compromising as Obama did. President Trump is trying to shut down Iran, period. He's trying to make sure Iran does not exist in any form close to nuclear or anything of that kind. You know what I mean? And will he sign that deal? Would that deal go through? Let's see what happened Wednesday. If it goes through or not, let's see. The dollar is devaluating, meaning everything you buy abroad will cost more. The big businessman who cannot make a deal. Well, guys, before the Iran war, the economy under Trump was good. When he came into office, January, am I right? No, a year now, it was good. Let's be honest now. Forget about the hat I got on. I'm not saying it because I'm a Trump guy, but the economy was good under Trump before the war started now. And the only reason we're having the only reason of the price increase is because the strait is closed. That's the only reason why. And every country going through that. Every country is going through that. It doesn't matter whether you're a good leader or you're a bad leader. 20% of the world oil is closed. Everyone gonna feel some economic tension. So it doesn't matter whether you're good or not. It doesn't matter whether you're a good deal maker. If that strait is closed, which it is closed now, I mean, everybody's feeling the way right now. It's 20% of the world oil that goes through that strait. And so every country now is going through that. Not just, it doesn't make President Trump worse, because gas prices high, you know, gas prices high, it's just high everywhere. Every country is going through that right now. All right. But my point I'm trying to make here, Obama signed a bad deal. And for me to say that, you know, as a black man, to a black man that I love, a black man to a man whose legacy will forever be remembered, even if he's gone. To say that as a black man about another black man, it should mean something to anyone in his life here to say he signed a worse deal, because he did not regulate Iran activities. He did not. The ballistic explosion that you see going on today, where you hear Israel say ballistic explosion. We good, man?
You're going for it, man. You're going for it.
You know what I mean? The ballistic explosion that we're seeing today, where do you think it's from? Obama's. No regulation. So Iran had the liberty to build more drones. Not only to build more drones, Well, Iran had the liberty to build more explosive. You can remember that Obama only had restriction on Iran for 1 year. After that, Iran was free to do whatever they wanted to do, free. So because they were free, and keep this in mind, Biden was also part of that deal. So when Biden got into office, there was no need to revise the deal because he already was part of the deal when he was VP under Obama's. So why would he want to go back and revise the deal? And on top of that, Biden had other things on his plate than going back and going to try to revise, Iran contract. So when Trump came to office, he just threw that out the door, trashed it, called it the worst deal ever. And I would agree with him because if I got America's best interest or the world's best interest, and I'm going against a country that is known for attacks, what do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to make sure, first of all, that I limit your activities in the region, so to create that stability for other countries in the region. That's one first, and then I'm gonna head up to the major things such as make sure you don't have nuclear operation going for the next few years, not 1 year. Who imposed 1 year on a leader on a country like Iran? Who imposed that 1 year? Do you know what 1 year is? So all Iran had to do, just be submissive. Let JCPOA come in, carry on the inspection, allow UN to come in, carry on the inspection, and what they said, Iran will cooperate. It's 1 year. Once that 1 year was up, Obama led the economic ascension of Iran. So now, watch what's happening now. That tells you the deal was the worst deal. That should tell you that. Now, I don't know what you guys know, but there had never been in history where Iran was equipped enough to stop the strait or to stop the oil flow to the strait. That tells you when you got 12 years, 8 years from Obama, 4 years from Biden, that's enough to have that economical, that military strength to build Navy SEAL, not only to build Navy SEAL, but to build explosive or weapon that can leave from Iran and go as far as Israel. But that tells you. You know what I mean? That's what we are. That's what we are. Let me read here. I love you guys with the comments. I love the comments, man. All the lefty here. All the lefty here. I can tell. All the lefty here. Have some pride in yourself and stop being used for an easy dollar. You know what? Nobody paying me to wear this hat. I want to see America great again. That's why I wear this hat. Nobody's paying me. I'm not being paid by Trump. I'm not paid by nobody. As a matter of fact, who me? No. I'm loyal to making America great again. That's where I stand. Trump appeals to stupid people, especially yourself. I'm very smart, very educated. You might be someone who just got problem with President Trump, and that's okay. I'm mad at you, all right? Have some pride in yourself. I do. That's why I wear Make America Great hat. You know what I mean? Show me what you got. I don't see no picture. You see a lot of you guys who talking, I don't see no picture. So that tells me who you are really. So I ain't gonna worry about it. Well, you got no picture. You might be what we call the AI butt. Yeah, the AI butt. You guys are the AI butt. I got a bunch of AI butt in here. So I'm gonna just leave. If you got no picture, I ain't gonna talk to you. All right? Let me leave it like that now. So it'll be easier now. Get some picture and I'll talk to you. I think the only thing you can say for sure is the future of Iran is going to be different than in recent past. You know what? I love what you said, and that is a fact. My man Douglas Everest 4201. Yes. I think Iran is not going to be the Iran that because I didn't know Iran that well, but it would not be the Iran our next generation would be able to face. If I'm answering your question right. So regardless of what's going on now, those previous leaders that were there and those commanders that were killed, and I'm not in support of death now, don't get me wrong. I think Iran, regardless of what's going on, will never be the same Iran. Yeah, so I definitely agree with you on that one, Douglas Everett. 4201. Yeah, it wouldn't be the same. Let me see who got named. It said I would as war my dad. I would as war my dad. What that means, Matty Lopez. What do you mean, Matty Lopez? Talk to me. If you got no picture, guys, I'm just skip you now for a minute. Your understanding is not existent. I don't understand why my understanding is not existent, but that's all right. So yeah, so if the deal goes through tomorrow, if it goes through tomorrow, it means it means that Trump will have a best deal. Now, let me just read some of President Trump's stipulations here, right? Some of his requests, his demands that Iran must follow. One, he's saying that Iran must allow the U.S. into Iran to carry on Uranus inspection. And while they are there, 60% of what Iran already has, that 60% should be given to the U.S. That's President Trump demands. It should be given to the U.S. 60% of that should be given, which is about 440 kilograms should be given to the U.S. That's President Trump demands. And he also stated that Iran, for 20 years, should never produce anything related to an explosive or weapons at all. 20 years. He's not saying 1 year, 10 years, 20 years. He even said this morning, the matter of fact, he's not even in agreement with 20 years, but he would take 20 years. He wants Iran for life to never, ever create any infrastructure, any nuclear weapon, anything of that kind at all for 20 years. And he said the only reason why he took 20 years because he was told to be given a number. So he chose 20 years. He also stated that Iran should give out the strait, have no access to the strait, deploy no our CG to the strait. The strait should be totally international, pull back away from the strait. And the last thing he also said was Iran should not destroy other countries of resources. Should not destroy. So God, I want you guys to hit that like button for me. I love you guys hitting that like button for me. I love it. So now, these conditions and plus more, because I believe that when J.D. Vance and Marco Rubio went for this meeting, there were other stipulations added on. So President Trump added some other stipulations onto that as well. So to me, if Iran takes that deal, it will be the best deal compared to the deal that Obama gave Iran or the deal that Obama took. Trump is going for life or 20 years. Zero work on Iran, which means the U.S., not just United Nations, going there. The U.S. is going to orchestrate a specific team that will go into Iran, probably, I believe, will stay in Iran for 20 years, regulating every operation. And not only just that, Iran is not supposed to have any explosive, any weapon of explosion at all for 20 years. So which means the ballistic explosion that they got now, they will have to get that in, turn that in. They are not allowed to build any high-end Navy SEAL, any high-end drones. They are not allowed to build none of that under President Trump deal. So I'm just giving you guys a summary of that deal. And that was a major reason why Iran refused to take that deal, because that deal makes them vulnerable. It makes them weak. It makes them incapable. It makes them look like, well, why are we existing for anyway? If we cannot produce anything as great as other countries next door to us. So it makes sense why they said, no, we're not taking that deal. And then also too, not only just that, the new deal, and I'll get back to you guys on that new deal that J.D. Vance and Marco Rubio and few other officials took to the meeting in Al-Asaba. they added some other extra deals onto that, which means, and I doubt it if Iran would take any one of those deals. But this is where I did my little research here as a journalist. Iran stated they would not take a 20 years, but it would take a 10-year deal. Not 20 years, but 10 years, mean that they will be okay with going 10 years with not creating anything sophisticated. But after 10 years, they want to be able to rebuild every enrichment that they had in mind to create. So technically, it means, in another sense, in 10 years, when it's over, you are capable enough again to build a nuclear or an explosive. And that's what President Trump is saying. The only reason I'm taking the 20 years deal because I'm told to give a number, but I do not want Iran to create anything at all. Man, look at it. Woo, look at you guys in the chat. Why would I take a deal like that and have my country? You're right. Why would I take a deal like that and have my country so vulnerable? You know what? I agree with you on that one. What the F you are? Yes. Well, you know what? And that's the reason why Iran did not take the first deal. Because if they are taking every deal that President Trump offered or the U.S. offered, it would make them vulnerable. That's why they never took a deal. And now it makes sense to me because it would make them look vulnerable. It would make them look like they are accessible to the next door neighbor to attack them at any given time. Because, and the sad part about that, even though this rule is in effect, the U.S. is not protecting Iran. Iran has to protect itself for 10 years. Now the question here, if I take these deals, do I have enough weapon to protect myself against my next door neighbor? So it makes sense as to why they didn't take the deal. He is a straight up good caser. John gets help. Somebody saying John get help. I don't know what that is, but incredible. The level of boot taking. Incredible. The level of boots licking. I don't know what a boots licking is, but anyway, I'll take that. I don't know what a boots licking is, but I take that level of boots licking. If that rub the ego, I take it. I ain't mad. All right, guys. Now I gotta go. I gotta sit here and code a little bit here, do a little bit of coding. But yeah, I'm gonna get back on and give you guys another update from today's meeting to see whether President Trump is going to blow up the bridges in Iran or the nuclear plant. Today's discussion will determine, and I'll get back live and tell y'all if that deal going to hold or not. If Iran is going to have their breaches blown, we will see. All right, we will see today when I get back on live, and yeah, we will see. I love you guys, man. Let's stay tight.